Okay, so 거 있다 is the present progressive tense. All right, so this, for example, sentence is 샐러드를 먹고 있어요. 먹고 있어요. I am eating salad. 샐러드 is salad in Korean. 샐러드를 먹고 있어요. So this grammar form here, 거 있다, is used to talk about actions that are currently in progress. This is also known as the present progressive tense. It can also be used to talk about situations that are currently happening or currently happening right at this moment, or events that are generally happening in the present time. This is actually the same as English. You can say things like, I am eating salad. That kind of implies that right now I'm eating salad. You can also say things like, I am studying Korean. And you might not be studying Korean right at this moment, but in general, in the present time, I have a habit of studying Korean. The difference between 고 있다 and 중이다, very similar, basically interchangeable. 중이다, 중 is a character that means the middle. So when you use 중, it's like saying I'm in the middle of something. 중이에요. 먹는 중이에요 is I'm in the middle of eating. This book is Conversational Korean Grammar. Korean Grammar in Use is a great book, yeah. TikToker 보고 있다. Perfect. You are looking at TikTok. Yeah, great sentence. Okay, so quick conjugation table. 거 있다 is the dictionary form. 거 있어요 is the present tense conjugation. 거 있었어요 is the past tense. And 거 있을 거예요 is the future tense. Can I say 먹고 있었어요? Yes, you can. 먹고 있었어요 means I have been eating. Approximately. 한국어를 배우고 있어요. Yeah, correct. You are learning Korean. 틱톡에서 한국어를 공부하고 있어요. Yeah, on TikTok, you are studying Korean. Perfect. Great sentences, guys. You guys are really good at this. Yeah, and so you can use the past tense to say things like 한국에서 살고 있었어요. I was living in Korea. TikTok을 보고 있었어요. I was watching TikTok. And 거 있을 거예요 is used to say things like I will be studying. So like 내년에 한국에서 공부를 하고 있을 거예요. I will be studying in Korea next year, for example. Anyway, we're going to see some more examples of this ahead. So we're getting a bit ahead of ourselves. 목소리를 듣고 있었어요. I was listening to your voice. Yeah. Okay, so let's look at how to conjugate it. It's very easy because it just sticks on to any verb. It has to be an action verb, though. You can't use this grammar form with descriptive verbs. So 읽다 becomes 읽고 있다, to be reading. 마시다 becomes 마시고 있다, to be drinking. 가다 becomes 가고 있다, to be going. And 공부하다 becomes 공부하고 있다, to be studying. Okay. 어제 한국어를 공부하고 있었어요. Yeah, you were studying Korean yesterday. Good job. Okay. 저는 책을 읽고 있어요. I am reading a book. 저는 커피를 마시고 있어요. I am drinking coffee. This one here. 저는 학교에 가고 있어요. What does this mean in English? 저는 학교에 가고 있어요. So we have 학교, which is a place. 저는 학교에 가고 있어요. What does that mean in English, if you were to translate that? I'm going to school. Yeah, perfect. Evil did David, Marty Basin, Rose Drawing, Blonde June, Makama. Yeah, amazing. I'm going to school. And that can mean either right at this second, I'm like on the bus going to school, or it can just mean I'm a student and, in my weekdays, I go to school. It can mean either way, depending on context, just like it does in English. Okay, last one. 저는 도서관에서 공부하고 있어요. What about this one? 저는, this is another place. 도서관에서 공부하고 있어요. I'm studying in the library. Perfect. I'm studying in the library. Great job. Okay. So quick note about 지금 or 요즘. So you know how I've been saying that it can mean either thing? It can mean, like I am going to school can mean either right at the second or in general. If you want to specify, 저는 집에서 쉬고 있어요. Yeah, you're resting at home. 나의 봄에 가고 있어요. You're going to 봄? I'm not sure what 봄 is. Anyway, so 지금 or 요즘. If you want to specify which one it is, 지금 means now and 요즘 means these days. Yeah, 요즘 means can mean recently, but it's kind of a progressive noun that usually covers a span of time. There's another word, 최근. 최근에 means more like recently, as in a specific event. Like recently I started studying or something like that. 요즘 is like nowadays. 지금 or 요즘. So you can add these to your sentences to specify what you mean. 지금 공부하고 있어요 means I'm studying Korean right now. At this moment, I'm studying Korean. Versus 요즘 공부하고 있어요 means I'm studying these days. 저는 힙에 가고 있어요. 힙. I'm not sure about 힙. Do you mean 집? 집에 가고 있어요? To go home? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, 집에 가고 있어요 means I'm going home. So past tense, we saw it briefly before. You can add 고 있었다, past tense, to be 고 있었어요, to be I was doing something. So for example, I was studying or I was working. 공부, for example, 한국어를 공부하고 있었어요. I was studying Korean. 회사에서 일하고 있었어요. I was working at an office. 저는 요즘 한국어를 더 공부했어요. Lately, I studied more Korean. Yeah, that's what that means. 더 means more. So lately, you studied more Korean. What about this next sentence? 미국에서 살고 있었어요. 미국에서 살고 있었어요. What does this mean in English? I was living in America. Perfect. As Gigi's got it. That means I was living in America. Marty Basin as well. Blonde June. Perfect. In the past, I was living in Korea. And this one, 좋은 책을 읽고 있었어요. Now we're actually using our grammar form that we just learned in a little bit earlier in this live stream. 좋은 책을 읽고 있었어요. What does this mean in English? We get to combine this with a grammar form that we learnt before. Marty Basin's got it as well. Perfect. I was reading a good book. As UG, Ned Snicks, yep, Blood and June. Beautiful. I was reading a good book. 안녕하세요. This book is Conversational Korean Grammar. 만나서 반갑습니다. 네. 저는 한국 사람이 아니에요. 뉴질랜드 사람이에요. Okay, so and then the future tense is 곧 있을 거예요. To talk about I will be doing something. For example, I will be studying or I will be living. 잘 하기는요. 아직이요. Okay. So for example, am I studying in Korea right now? No, but I have studied in Korea in the past. So future tense, 한국어는 어디서 배우셨나요? 저는, we can see if you guys can understand, 저는 목포 대학교에서 공부했어요. I said I studied Korean at Mokpo University. Okay. And this book is, what's different? I was reading a book versus I have read a book. How would I even explain that in English? I was reading a book is like a continuous action that happened in the past, whereas I have read a book is a completed action, a distinct action that happened in the past. Okay. And this book is available on Amazon, and we also have PDFs on our website. Okay. 내년에 한국에서 공부하고 있을 거예요. Okay, so this sentence, what does this sentence mean in English? 내년에 한국에서 공부하고 있을 거예요. So I'm talking about something that I'm going to be doing next year. In next year, I will be 내년에 한국에서 공부하고 있을 거예요. Mari Basin, perfect. Next year, I will be studying in Korea. I'll be studying in Korea next year. Beautiful. Nix as well. Nix, I don't know how to say that, but you've got it as well. Good job. 내년에 일본에서 일하고 있을 거예요. We have a new place here, 일본. Yeah. 작년 is last year. 작년. But it's pronounced 작년. Yeah, Japan. So in Japan, I will be doing 일하다. You don't know what 일하다 is? Ooh, close, not quite. 일하다 is to work. Good job. Yeah, to work. So next year, I will be working in Japan. 내년에 일본에서 일하고 있을 거예요 means next year I'll be working in Japan. Yeah. Okay. And now next we have, it's a small spelling mistake there. 주말에 책을 읽고 있을 거예요. Okay. So 주말 is another time word. 주말에 책을 읽고 있을 거예요. Yeah, on the weekend I will be reading a book. I'm going to be reading books on the weekend. Perfect. Yeah, good job. On the weekend I will be reading a book. Yeah, beautiful. On the weekend I'll read a book. I will be reading a book. Beautiful. So, final note. What is the difference between 아어요 and 거 있어요? So, 아어요 is the simple present tense, and 거 있어요 is the present progressive tense. This just means that when you're using the different tenses, it implies a different situation. And this 아어요 form, which is the first one that we've used, am I usually live around this time? Yes, but not every day. Twice a week. So if you use this form, actually, 아어요 is a very useful grammar form because it can mean many different things. It can mean simple present tense or present progressive tense or even simple future tense. So these two grammar forms do overlap and that they can both be used to talk about a current action. 먹어요 can mean that you are currently eating. Just like 먹고 있어요 means that you are currently eating. But 거 있다 cannot be used to talk about the simple present or the future tense. So for example, 저는 공부해요 can mean either I study or I am studying, or even I will study. Yeah, no worries. So it can mean any of these three things. Just like 커피를 마셔요 can mean I drink coffee, I am drinking coffee, or I will drink coffee. Can I say 지금 TV를 봐요 instead of 지금 TV를 보고 있어요? Yeah, you can say either of them, and there's not a big difference. Because you've used 지금, it makes it clear that right now you are watching TV, and you can use 봐요 to mean present progressive. So there's not a big difference between those two sentences. Yeah. Is there a difference between 올 거예요? 올 거예요 is the future tense. So that's things that you will do in the future. Okay. So yeah, comparing these two things, 커피를 마셔요 can mean any of these meanings. I drink, I am drinking, or I will drink. But 커피를 마시고 있어요 only means I am drinking coffee. Okay. So if you want to be clear that you are currently doing some action currently, you can use a word like 지금, like that person suggested in the previous example, or you can use 거 있다. But if it's not important, if you don't necessarily mean present progressive or it's not relevant to your story, you can just use 어요. It depends on you and what you would like to do in your sentence.